At the ER, I was making about 1,800 to 2,000 a month. But over the course of 4 months, we're over that 5,000 a month mark. So
Fantastic. Why don't you just intro yourself?
my name's Ethan. I've had my own business, Adams Media LLC, for about a year now. I actually started, I think like here in the next couple of days is actually the anniversary for the 1 year mark for me. So that's super exciting. But at the time when I founded this business, I was working at a local hospital in the ER as an advanced EMT. And I was pretty certain that I was going to go into the nursing field or, be a PA or something like that, do something medical, because, it's kind of decent pay for the most part. And I like the human body and stuff. But what I found out after working there for almost like a year and a half, yeah, is I really like working on people, but I don't really like working with people in a hospital environment.
Yeah.
I got burnt out pretty quick. My mental health was pretty bad at this point because I'd work, I get terrible sleep, I'd have to go back. My financial situation was terrible because like I was making like $15, $16 an hour there. I eventually got on with Cam with the little money I had. I said, dude, I gotta talk to a coach. I gotta invest in myself and invest in my future. And that was such a great investment just to like have someone there to be like, yo, like this is where you can take things and like I believe in you and like here's some very knowledgeable information.
You left the coaching program, and then you also at the same time, like 2 weeks later, left your job at the ER. Which,
Yeah,
why don't you just
exactly.
kind of talk
So
about what that was like kind of resigning from that job?
it was also really sad because I miss a lot of my coworkers and they were also very inspirational to me and they're like, hey man, like I understand this is like where you want to go and like I totally believe in you. Like you're a hard worker and like I don't know, that just like really inspired me and like I think about them every day, my ER family, but I do not miss the rest of it.
The work.
But yeah, yeah. It was just weird because it's like I have to go out and make money. Like I don't just clock in, clock out, okay, money appears in my bank account. It's dude, I have to go out and look for money and figure out how I'm gonna pay my rent, how I'm gonna pay my grocery bills. What was the first thing I did? So I kept doing Cam has this really great method called the gifted outreach method, and now that I had more time, I started doing more of that and I had like two or three clients kind of trickle in and that was able to pay all my expenses for the month for the most part. For the first like, man, has it already been 4 months? But it's been 3 or 4 months since I've been doing this with no other source of income, and I think that's something that a lot of people don't understand is like you can have the best coach in the world and you can have everything right in front of you, but if you don't have like that energy to be like I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna make money and I'm gonna be successful in this, like you have to have like this fire in your soul and I didn't have that for the first couple months.
So you were burnt out, man. Like you were so tired from all the ER stuff to come home to the edit and then to come and learn and everything, of course.
We've had some crazy opportunities just come up for me and it's totally gonna catapult my success, and it's all been because I was willing to take that risk and kind of live on the edge for like 3 or 4 months and eventually like kind of struck gold. So like I'm super stoked about it.
You've grown so much. You're almost at 100,000 followers, and everybody watching this, give Ethan a follow down below because we want to get him to 100K this year. But how has that process been?
About a year ago, I had about 800 followers um, here in January of last year. And I just kind of posted like whatever I liked. But then once I started getting into like motorcycles and stuff, I was like, yo, I'm gonna start like posting consistently and I'm gonna like work towards a following. And like, I feel like one of the good things, like a lot of people come to me and they're like, hey, bro, like I don't have a camera or I don't have this, but I want to make money doing video. And I'm like, dude, you can totally just send it with your iPhone. It's like, well, then how do I like pitch a client with my iPhone? And it's like, you need results. Um, and so I said to myself, I'm going to do the same thing that I offer clients to my own social media page. And sure enough, like over the course of like, I think 1 month we hit almost 10 million, not views, but like engagements. Like I had 10 people, 10 million people, like, yeah, reach. That's the word I'm looking for. And it's just like now I can go to businesses and say, "Yo, like you're also in automotive. This is what I did with my page just by like following my own advice." And they're like, "Whoa, that's crazy." And it's like, "We're going to try and get you to 20, 50K." by this summer. They're like, you think that's really like possible? I'm like, dude, it's like I have the results. Like I can guarantee you that like I'm gonna get you at least more engagement, you know?
There's two important things you said here. Like the first one is you need to be doing this thing yourself that you're selling, right? If you want to do short form content or car edits and you're not doing car edits yourself, it's very hard to sell. And then the second thing is you have the big results that you've got yourself that you're using to sell. Now, if you get 10 million impressions on your videos, it's easier to say to another client, we'll get you 25, or we'll get you 50, or we'll get you 100K impressions in the next few months. And that's what really you're selling, not the videos. There's the ideas that you have, your strategy and your experience. That's what you're selling to these clients.
Exactly.
Look at you, bro. I'm so proud.
That's what like Cam made me realize, because like Cam became a part of my team and coached me and was like, dude, you make amazing videos, but you need to find out how to make money off of it. And I'm like, dude, you're right. Like I have a skill, I just don't know how to make money off of it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the results are like the biggest thing that clients want. So if you don't already have results from other clients, work on your own page. And that way you're able to provide at least something.
When you left your job, you were probably like not making that much money. How much are you, in the rough estimates, are you doing monthly right now?
At the ER, I was making about 1,800 to 2,000 a month, which is pretty devastating. But yeah, in Utah, in like a more expensive part of Utah too, like closer to the city and whatnot. If contracts land, everything's signed. I've already had verbal agreements from a couple companies, but over the course of 4 months, we're over that 5,000 a month mark. So I'm absolutely stoked. Like I'm gonna be able to. I want to buy a motorcycle. Number one, I filmed too many of them. I want to ride one, and I want to pay off my car, because like that's the most embarrassing thing. I have a car payment on like a Corolla right now.
If you can give 3 of the most difficult challenges you've had in this entire journey to get to this point right now, what would be your top 3?
I would say like it's definitely like imposter syndrome. I think about every creative experiences this at once, but it's like you have to have confidence in yourself and like being able to be like, hey, I can provide results and you need to pay me money for it. You know, like I've always been like a people pleaser, and like you cannot be a people pleaser. And this is one thing that Cam taught me, is I used to be one of those, oh, just take a discount and I'll still do amazing work for you. But he was like, no, if you're going to discount them, you got to take off like a little bit of work too. Like you can't be just giving them stuff for free. Like you don't go up to Nike and say, hey, can I just take a discount? Like I really need it. Like I'm need to pay my grocery bill and whatnot. It's like we're a business. You still want to be a person and you want to like negotiate and whatnot, but you also have to like, you can't be a people pleaser. You have to stand your ground. And then second thing, I would say, and it kind of ties into the same like imposter syndrome, but it's just like self doubt. And then third is also just like work life balance.
What's your aspiring goals for this year, man?
I don't want to like sound like that guy, but I want to be making 10K a month by the end of the year, if not by like the end of the summer.
Easy, bro. I think for what you have, man, I think it's just a matter of packaging and taking your own advice, bro. I think you're 100% gonna get there. One last thing you can tell someone that was you a few months ago. What advice would you give them, a younger self?
You got to put your money on the table. Like you have to trust in yourself and like build up that confidence, and obviously have a good escape route. But trust me, if you like, put your shoulder to the wheel and like push through this, dude, like you totally got it. If you got the skills, if you have the ability to understand social media and how to make videos get views, then propose that to clients and get that bag. So I don't know. It's just let go of that self-doubt and just trust in yourself, because it's such a valuable asset, like this knowledge and like knowing how to make videos. So
awesome, bro. Thank you so much, man. That was awesome. I think so many people are gonna love this.
Yeah,
you have a very, very good story, man.
Thank you.
Love to hear
it wouldn't be possible without you, like having people like Cam in my life to be like, yo bro, like you need to like get out of that ER job and you need to start making money doing this. Like you gotta surround yourself with right people like Cam. So
thank you, also bro. To you as well, like you put the effort into it. Somebody else could also tell you the advice, but you put in the time, the effort. You've been grinding. You've been on my like front page like consistently.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's
dude,
awesome.
killing
Love to
it.
hear it.
Awesome, bro. Thanks a lot.